Herpes and weightlifting. What do those two things have in common? Well, that's a good question, and one that I will attempt to answer. So, herpes can be seen as a dead weight. Unfortunately, a lot of people see it like that. And I know that I did. I definitely did. And I put myself through a lot of pain and suffering and anxiety and self-pity. I mean, you name it, I put myself through it. That was an example of herpes being a dead weight, just dragging me down. I couldn't go to work and be productive. I couldn't hang out with friends and not think about it. It was really dragging me down. Quite literally dragging me down. And this kind of got me thinking when I've thought back of how herpes has affected my life. And let me just say as a side note that herpes has affected my life in all the ways that my mind allowed it to affect me. More on that later. But as I've been thinking back on how I have allowed herpes to affect my life, I've started thinking, well, how can the dead weight be turned into something positive? Well, where else in life do people actually seek out weight in a positive way? People seek out weight at the gym. You pick up weights and you flex those muscles. And while you're at the gym, yeah, maybe you're going through some pain. But ultimately, you know that you're at the gym, you're going to sweat, you're going to be in pain, but by the end of it, and a few days later, and a few weeks later, and into your future, your body is going to be healthy. You're going to have these long-term benefits of weightlifting. Well, anything in life, and we're just choosing herpes here because that's the name of the website, and that's what I've seen in my life. It could be anything. Anything could be a dead weight in your life. If you choose, if you have this, you have the choice, and if you choose, then you can create a gym instead of creating the dead weight. So that every time that you use herpes in a positive way, or even if you just respond to herpes in a non-negative way, that's building that muscle of character. That's building that muscle of telling yourself, you're okay. Every time you don't treat yourself like a lower person, anytime you don't treat yourself as if you have something wrong with you, every time that happens, that is building that muscle. And that muscle is becoming stronger to tell you that you're whole. You're a whole person. There is nothing wrong with you. And there's nothing wrong with me. Think of those reps being done at the gym. And every rep gets closer and closer to perfect health. Yeah, and it's a constant process. But it's an awesome one. And you can constantly make progress. And I would much rather make progress toward being more healthy and more vibrant of a human being, both physically and mentally. Much rather make progress in that than the other way around.